The June 2019 Hong Kong International Numismatics Fair once again featured a stellar auction of extremely rare and fascinating Asian coins. Presented, as usual, by Heritage Auctions, 710 lots, dominated mostly by Chinese coins, were presented, and these managed to raise just over $3 million. So let's take a quick look at just a few of the more noteworthy. The historical importance of these early Guangxu dragon dollars cannot be understated, as the first milled coins to be struck inside Imperial China at the Guangdong Mint, which was at the time actually one of the largest working mints in the world. They were intended to drive out and replace the foreign silver coins such as the Spanish so-called dollars and the Mexican 8 reales, which were commonly circulating at that time. The coin also set a design standard for Chinese coins that would be followed for nearly the next 20 years, as most of these 1889 issues were melted down due to their slightly higher silver content. Very few of these managed to survive, let alone in a grade of MS64+ as assessed by NGC. So on this occasion, some heated bidding led to the coin selling for $228,000 at auction. And while on the topic, a 50 cent or 3 mace and 6.5 kandareens from the same issue was also offered at the same auction, actually a part of a partial set, although offered as separate lots in this occasion. The coin was similarly graded at MS65+ by NGC and closed for a price of $90,000. After the dragon dollars, and perhaps the cash coins as a very broad category, the Yuan Shih-Kai dollar is arguably one of the most recognizable of all of Chinese coins from the pre-World War II era. This coin is an early pattern struck in the Tianjin Mint. The name of El Gheorghe is engraved just to the right of President Sycee's portrait. Luigi Gheorghe was the Italian engraver and medalist who was tasked with designing these new coins. Due to Sycee's increasing unpopularity, especially towards the later years of his life, the coin became known somewhat derivatively in some circles as the Fat Man dollar, a name which manages to persist to this very day. Graded as MS61 by NGC, this rare pattern coin managed to raise $132,000. One of the very last gold pattern coins from the Qing dynasty is this Kuping 1 Tael, coin from a time when the country was ever so fleetingly contemplating the idea of implementing the gold standard. With only a handful of these coins actually minted, it is rather embarrassing for NGC that they misattributed the coin on the label, as this is clearly the small clouds variety and not the 1906 plain edge version as the label claims. Nonetheless, though, the coin's grade of MS61 appears to hold water, and hopefully the coin's new owner noticed the difference, as they paid $114,000 to obtain this beautiful coin. Next coin to look at is an example of the modern, large-size commemorative gold coins from the People's Republic. This time, it is a 1995 ancient dragon boat 500 yuan gold piece. There's just something about these Chinese commemorative coins from the mid-90s, from the Unicorn series to coins like these ancient maritime commemoratives. The design aesthetic on these coins is astounding. This coin being a prime example of this attention to detail on the dragon boat and the pagoda contrasting with the plain fields. I mean, it's just really something. This coin is number 36 of a mintage of around 99 coins and attained a grade of Proof 69 Ultra Cameo from NGC for a price of $108,000 at auction. And then, on a very similar note, heading back only 2 years from the previous coin, what we have here is a 1993 500 yuan Peacock, again struck from 5 ounces of pure 999 gold. This coin is significant rarity for the Chinese catalog, and with a reported mintage of only 102 coins, each of which was individually and sequentially numbered on the edge. This piece has the number 19, which was slabbed and graded by NGC as proof 69 Ultra Cameo. On its turn on the auction block, it raised $66,000. Then we are presented with a curious coin indeed. In fact, this is actually a fantasy piece speculated to have been struck at the Shanghai Mint around 1919, although it might be something akin to the supposed pattern coins that were struck for profit at the US Mint around the 1860s by the then so-called Midnight Minters, backdated to the 10th year of the Tongzhi Emperor, so about 1871, with a legend both in English and Hanzi script. The curious design, which doesn't quite fit the Chinese numismatic canon either, features a lavishly embellished Bodhisattva Maha color on the reverse. The grade of MS63 from NGC saw the coin change hands for $40,800. A very attractive Pavillion dollar is next in line, and again, this is one of the better-known Chinese commemorative coins to be sure. Minted in 1921 to commemorate the presidency of Zhu Shichang, who entered the office in 1918. The coin has a fairly simple yet beautifully elegant design, graded by NGC as an unusually high grade of MS65. This coin was sold for $38,400 on its turn on the auction block. Now, while this is not a coin, I still thought that it was interesting and worthy of a mention. And while a little outside of my area of expertise from what I understand, this is a decoration for the Order of the Double Dragon in the 2nd class and 2nd grade, usually reserved for consul generals and for foreign or Chinese major generals and rear admirals. First instituted by the Empress Dowager Sycee in 1882. The silver star is inlaid with green and blue enameling and a carved pink coral in the center. This piece of Chinese history was able to sell for $18,000. The exceedingly scarce 5 Tien gold coin from the French protectorate of Annam, or what is modern-day Vietnam, dated from the brief rule of Emperor Dong Khan, who ruled between 1885 and 1889. This coin is typically seen and, in fact, is catalogued as a silver coin, so to see one struck in gold is quite impressive and unusual. It was graded by NGC as AU-50 and fell under the auctioneer's gavel for $18,000. While the early half-fen or half-cent coins from the Chinese Republic aren't exactly rare coins, those familiar with the series will immediately notice that this coin has something missing, or something extra, as the case may be. What we have here is a mint error, where the center hole was never punched out of the coin as it should be, leaving it intact instead. Graded by NGC as MS63, red and brown, $9,600 saw the coin change hands. Now, it is somewhat unusual to see such a large tax ingot or Sycee of no less than 50 taels, such as this one today, cast during the late era Ming Dynasty during the reign of the Chongzhen Emperor, about 1638. This Sycee weighs 1,848 grams or nearly 4 pounds. The 4 vertical columns, which were actually carved instead of stamped, read as follows: Cheling County, where the coin was made, and I believe that's in Hunan Province, year 11 of Chongzhen, which is about 1638, silver ingot of 50 taels, describing weight and composition, and finally, silversmith Zhang Shen, which is the silversmith who cast the ingot. This historical piece exchanged hands at the auction for $15,000. Subscribe to WNN and activate notifications with the bell icon so you'll know when new videos are uploaded. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, keep collecting, and have a great day.